Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what we're going to do today? Change your life and have some fun. So, the ultimate goal is become your own boss. Could you imagine a corporation making money automatically called auto income? Well, that's what I did. I got my first million at 14 and a half, double billion 26. Get your tablet and pen, ready to begin. By the way, my name is Ray, last name is Reynolds. They nicknamed me the Godfather of Credit in KNX Radio. Been on that 49 years, and this is live. Got a question? Type it out. No pictures, no recording. The ultimate goal is going to be up to you to listen and learn today. Turn these up just a little bit. Now, I like goodies. You like goodies? I like Lamborghinis and Ferraris and mansions. Well, it took me a while to get there. But you know what? My life started. I was born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. You see, today I want you to understand your journey can begin with me too. But I want to correct a lot of things you learned. I'm sorry, you followed people like ducks and sheep, and they kind of screwed it up. So we're going to show you exactly what you need to do to get to millionaire. So the bottom line, I got born in that taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. She didn't want me. I got the wee of Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell. We're going to have fun, but you got to get that tablet and pen to begin as we play. Let's understand. Draw the diagram in front of you. Go ahead. I want you to think in your city and state you live today. Think about Bank of America, those empty locations. How about Chase? How about Wells Fargo? How about US Bank? See, they bankrupt locations called branch numbers. Their parent company has a location, sign a 100-year lease. They make a decision to bankrupt it, take the assets and the money. Then they write it off on their taxes. Sam's Club and Walmart, too. How about Geico, one of Warren Buffett's companies? How about the cities? So let's focus. Today, your first goal is to stop bringing the pain home. Next, to become a certified CFO and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. That's the ultimate goal. So I want you to do a couple of things today. I want you to look behind the curtain. For me, it wasn't easy. I didn't get a mommy and a daddy and a family, all right, when I was a kid. So guess what we get to do? Look behind the curtain. Every time Mrs. Hope dropped me off or down to Beach Pier, she'd roll down that window and say, if you're not here at 5 o'clock, I'm leaving you there to die. She dropped me off at the pier at 6:30 in the morning, from 3 years old to 9.5 years old. The ultimate goal. So let's understand. Today, I want you to take your personal credit cards. I want you to put a sticky in the back. I want to dummy size this. I want to put the limit on that card, maintain 25, 29% rule. I invented this process when I trained Ken Yarbrough, TRW, became a Spirian that started it all. We're going to create a line of defense. Ultimate goal. If you listen and learn today, you'll be able to maintain a 750 forever. These cards fluctuate. Your score goes up and down. You jacked them up, you dropped your score, you got stuck, you couldn't get any more, you hocked your house. It's kind of silly and dumb. Did you know these cards do not flex and fluctuate at all? So if we balance this and do it correctly, I can jack these up $1 million freaking dollars as long as I maintain the payment. And my score maintains 750 the rest of my life. You could do the same thing too. So let's think about TRW, started the whole system in the first place. All right, Thomas Raymond Warridge. They made bicycle parts, got information business. And then all of a sudden TRW stood for the reports wrong. They were bought out in 96 by Asperian. The bottom line is very simple. When I drew the first one of these, it was good, fair, or hell no. You see, your score goes up and down because you got to understand the rules and tools. These cards here, they don't fluctuate. If we learn rules and tools today, you can maintain that 750. If I need, I'll help you get there too. So I'd like to make you a certified CFO if you allow me to. But I want you to have a corporation in 9 divisions. I want you to give yourself 9 chances to try. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. So I have basically this coaching program as well. You might want to think about auto income. Everybody in coaching is very simple. Their files are in my office, and I analyze them every 7 days. You can play. Now, understand for me, when I hear someone say go to plan B, it's like I'm listening to a loser. You see, plan B is settling. There's only one plan. It's called plan A. The ultimate goal. You get fall down 1,000 times, you get your butt up again and again. You don't settle. You stay to plan A. Next, we're going to think about a corporation. It's right in front of you. I just circled it for you. Now, I'm 7.5 years old, and I hear at Mrs. Hope's house a corporation's a legal person because she's having a poker game on a Wednesday night. which you did every week. I wrote it down. They told me it was weird. I wrote my boss to go down to the Torrance Police Department the next day. You know what I did? Well, there's a library next door. Man, what does this mean? She walked away. She was kind of rude. She came back and said, here's a monster fish. Here's a book. I read the book. You've been reading the books too? Find me a book that has A to Z to a million to a billion besides mine. It's not out there. So the bottom line is, what did I do? All right. I basically went to the library for 2 years. All right. I found out I can get a corporation for $10. $10. Now, I didn't pay attention where it says may sue or be sued. That kind of screwed that up. I got named in a lawsuit at 12 and a half years old. So what do we get to do? It's pretty simple. So I want you to think about it. When I'm 9 and a half, I sent away $10 to the Secretary of State of California. I want to get a corporation. It came back. Wow. Did you know what happened in the 70s and 80s? Corporations, credit came in the mail for free, just like it did for consumers. So I got over $100,000 of credit cards come in the mail. And I've been collecting these books for years now. Up to $53 million of credit, having fun. I got named in the movie Dave too. Now let's understand, I got named in a lawsuit when I was 12 and a half because I used the word Braille when I started the Orange County Blind Center. The reality is pretty simple. I didn't realize the word Braille belonged to the Braille Institution. So I had to learn about trade name, trademark, and copyrights. So let's think about it today. Never bring the pain home. So today, let's look at a corporation. If you have one, if you don't have $100,000 to $1 million of cash credit, why not? But the thing, when I was a kid, they kept saying, don't put your eggs in one basket. So what I asked them, what does that mean? The response was, that's about it. I want you to think, if I give you a corporation for free, which I will, you pay your filing. If you have one, look on the Secretary of State's website. Right on the Secretary of State's website, your name and the corporation's right there. When they sue it, they sue you. That makes you a duck and a sheep. If you learn about division process, you can protect the corp in your family. That'll be up to you. From there, we got to put our ducks in a row. And that's the ultimate goal, to not bring the pain home. So let's think. Me, I'm honest and I'm blunt. I tell it like it is. If you followed stupid, you did stupid. You're not stupid, but you did stupid. So the reality is, I'm the godfather of credit, Ray Reynolds. They named me that years ago, and I've been on KNX for 49 years. I tell people what to do, and I want to treat them like they're 2 years old. And I don't want you to bring the pain home again. I want you to listen and learn today. Now, we have to have a list. Let's say today we look at our goal list. It's a checklist. Then we have to basically have the steps behind each item we want to obtain. There's a daily list, a weekly list. There's a project list. That's the ultimate goal. So let's understand. I made a promise to myself I would never get married and have kids unless I had a foolproof program. And that's what I wanted to do. When I developed that, now I have a wife, 6 kids, 10 grandkids. Now, to give you some idea of how people I held rich and famous people too, like Arnold and Dr. Lucky. Superman for Gold's Gym says I kick ass and motivate, and got him a $1 million too. College professor. Glenn lived in his car for 3 years, and I said, stop it. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Let's get you Bass Go. Giovanni got $1.6 million. Little Karen delivered pizza. I said, let's get some real estate in California and Long Beach. From there, she got $1.2 million in 9 months. So I can rebuild anybody if you like, but it's up to you. Here's Freeway Ricky Dickie Ross. Gold and platinum cards, unlimited. How about Thomas, who was in prison for 26 years? Within 6 months of coaching, I helped him get brand new dump trucks, doing $5 million a year. Is that okay? The problem we have with consumers, half of them are lazy. The other half have to be a little bit crazy and learn how to play the game and learn the rules and tools. Biggest mistake most people, they don't take the time to compare the SS5 SSN to the SS4. So let's understand. You got told to get a social security number. You didn't know what that was, so you went into the form. You went there in person. You said 14 to 16. SS5 form you didn't pay attention to. Got your SSN. It basically has 1. That means it's on a 1040 tax return. So we, the people, we get to assign 1 number, and then we never compare it to the SS4 besides me. I want you to understand something today. Line 1 in front of you says legal name of entity or individual person. Put your hands like this. This is tax, 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 and probate when you're dead. The time of death is at state and federal government. That's why the hospital has to do it. It's federally mandated. From there, they want to make sure, because you can't take it with you, your friends and family don't steal your stuff when you're dead. The next thing is SS4 is not taxable until it's profitable. So if we play the game the right way, we could actually win. The ultimate goal, no one ever had to have bad credit in the first place. The problem is they didn't listen and learn the rules and tools. Now, if you're a crook, you don't file tax returns, you cannot play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. You just go to prison like Wesley Snipes does. 3 years prison, $5 million fine. Simple. From there, you have to learn to play. Right now, could you write down irs.gov and write down 1244? Did you realize you and the corporation can file one tax return called a single filing and almost up to no tax till you're $3 to $5 million? The ultimate goal. So that's the name of the game you got to play to win. Now, Richard didn't listen to me too. He ran around naked on Survivor the first show, almost died twice. His attorney in CPA said, you get to keep $375. I said, reference 3 times 5 to turn it to 15 million. I got to leverage it to $15 million. Instead, he didn't listen to anybody. He pissed it all away. 3.5 years in federal prison, 10 years probation, then he violated that too. You see, the lack of knowledge is the stupidity of man and woman. People aren't stupid, just half of them are freaking lazy, and the bottom line is we got some problems today. You see, our lack of knowledge is our stupidity. We're running out of time. How old are you today? Look at that. You want the next part of your life to be better? I don't have a magic wand, but I got the truth. And I can get you to millionaire if you allow me to. So the United States of America incorporated 50 corps called states and then cities called corporations too. Then they created Chapter 9 bankruptcy in case they have an old blank day too. You see, we the people. Supreme Court says a corporation is a legal person. We can stop bringing the pain home. So today, I want you to write down division of me. That's right. See, line 1, I can put your name there. Corporation, division, or subsidiary. I can build you $1 million of cash credit if you allow me to, but that's up to you. Now, let's take an example today. All right, one of the Lamborghinis part of the collection. Here's the keys. The payment was $6,800 a month. Now, I buy this under me and I can't pay it. They're going to take it away. Then I'm going to have crappy credit. Then they're going to report it to the 1099-C, the IRS, and I have double crappy credit. So what am I going to do? Well, let's see. I wrote the book on, payphones, 22,000 payphones I had, laundromats, dry cleaning, car washes, and storage units. Very simple. I've written over 100 books. So I bought the Lamborghini as a division of a corporation. Do you remember when I showed you SSN versus SS4? I guaranteed it SS4. So I can maintain everything else in my shopping centers and my properties and everything else. I got a bad piece. You know what I got to do? What I invented for me, you can use it for you. I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate. I can put that over here. If I can't save it within 6 months, I can bankrupt under the Federal Protection Act. And I can throw that piece away. You didn't allow yourself to be more than one. Why? Why didn't you do this since a corporation's a legal person and you're a legal person of flesh? See, you brought the pain home when you never had to. The next thing is like the building, you sign it as a division. The pieces of property because you have a bad tenant. You receive money, SS4, no taxes due till what? We're profitable. And under the Fair Lending Act, we get one of these unlimited up to $1 million. We're allowed to get 99 more. How many would you like? You see, you can finance the American dream through the corporation, write off the interest rate in the credit card, and then launch your business and do it without stealing from the family. So if you have a corp today, do yourself a favor. Look at Secretary of State's website. Find your corp, find your name. If you use your home address, please change that, because that's kind of silly and dumb. You add yourself to the national mailing list, and the robocall list too. So you got to put your ducks in a row, because currently if they sue that corp, they sue you, and that kind of sucks. Why don't we build you the line of defense so you quit bringing the pain home? So here's a $100 million building, or $1 million Lamborghini, $5 million mansion, $1 million race boat. I obtained them. Why didn't you? So let's play. So here we go. These are goodies I obtained, just a couple of them, from buildings to cars and Lamborghinis or Ferraris too. You get this when you hit $5 million, offset taxes. Very simple. Pay tax or buy a Lamborghini or a building too. So if I add you to my credit system, you allow me to do that for you. What do we get to do? Rebuild you. So let's write down credit, loan, and money. See, if you allow me to teach you and preach to you that a corporation is a legal person and public record, it's going to be a management company. It's going to have a division for franchise, a division for apartment complex. You're building a line of defense. What does this do for you? Financial freedom. And what do? You get auto income up to $50,000 a month right away if you do what I tell you to do. Next, if we get money, why don't we loan out that $50,000? For every $50,000 loaned out, you create $24,000 of passive income, positive income. You could design your own income like I did as we play. Now, this is in my book called Buckets of Money. I created a matrix of 4.6 million, 190,000 a month. Would you like some goodies too? So here's my schedule. I'm online 6 days a week, classes on Wednesday and Saturday all through the day. And I've been doing this more than 40 years plus. You want to play? So when I was doing flippity dippity doos in real estate, I found out the buyers are liars, the agents and brokers, and even basically the contractor hiring the subcontractor at stand outside Home Depot. They're all trying to steal my money. Now I had a problem. I had 19 houses at 17 and a half years old. They started getting number 20. I turned them into my divisions. I freed up my loan to value problem. At 21 years old, I decided to be the bank. You see, I have a problem. Your problem you have is you. And I don't understand why you didn't do what I'm going to tell you to do. When you sold a car, you could have sold it, took the down payment, kept the loan you have, and charged them a little bit more. And then you could have had that loan for 6 to 10 years. When you sold a house, you could have did assignment of what? Mortgage. Do you realize you could have been the bank all along? And the reality is you can even split deed an apartment complex and start doing the assignment of mortgage. In my system for real estate doing billions and buckets of money and financial series, how about the assignment of asset? See, we could play. Let's think about it today. In 14 states, there are properties that are 100,000 plus or more or less, all right, literally brand new. Why don't we turn them into Section 8s? Why don't we have a local real estate office managing for us? Why don't we start getting some auto income? You see that one, $75,000. Let's buy 5. Let's buy 3. Let's use corporate credit to do that. See, every one of you could actually get auto income right away if you get your foundation set up, and that's all you got to do. So let's play. I like to make you basically a money-making machine. Now understand, let's say you want to sell widgets. Okay, how about computers? We don't pay a bill up to 90 days. So all we got to do is get some OPM money and down on Broad Street. And then we can sell on Amazon and eBay. We can do that right away today. So the next thing is these goodies are again at $5 million. We get to play God's gift, the mansions in the harbor, properties in all 5 islands, and the ultimate goes simple like the race boats and the yachts. And I put the RayRomansUniversity.com and all of those too. So even the Duffy. How about the big building and the Lamborghini too? I like Lamborghinis, haven't noticed so far. How about the helicopter in the building? Now me, I reach all my goals. I will not stop till I do. I don't settle on anything. Now this is me in 1981. Highest kick, fastest kick on planet Earth. Every time I hear some idiot say white men can't jump, it's like, what the hell are you talking about? I even kicked out the lights that night. See, no matter where you come from, you can accomplish your goals. Now, when you hear no, say thank you, walk away, and find a way anyway. No doesn't mean no. It means I don't know how. So the 1,000 Steps to Millionaire, not only did I write it in rules and tools and blueprinted it every step of the way. 12 books and CDs I sold at the Bonaventure. 32 years for $5,000 a set. If you ever want to get a blueprint call with me, it's building your basic call. What are we going to do? I'm going to blueprint your life, past and present and future. I'm going to look at good, bad, and ugly. Next, I'm going to look at the family, corporation, divisions, irrevocable trust. We have to plan to live, we have to plan to die. Next, we're going to look at the car, the house, auto income, and basically cash flow for you per time, which I put in my book 46 years ago, page 6, paragraph 3. If you want a 1-hour blueprint with me, have your spouse on the call with me too, with both of you, all right, it's very simple to do. Once remember, corporation and these entities, your bank, simple, they bank branch numbers and write off on their taxes. You keep bringing the pain home. Sam's Club, Geico, Cities, you can have the ability to learn how to play. That means stop bringing the pain home, literally from there, all right, become a certified CFO and never bring the pain home and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. Now, I was 9.5 the first time I wrote down, All right, see it, believe it, go get it at the Torrance Library. So you might want to write down, let's see it, let's believe it, let's go get it. Okay? Now, treading water and playing it safe, most people do. What I'd like you to do is write down 5 things. Now, these are must-have things. So you cannot basically take a picture or record. I want you to write it here and write with your hand too. The 750 score, not care, credit, first, premier. From there, incorporate a bunch of divisions. $1 million a line of credit, checkbook money, vendor and supply money. And this is what we do. It's simple. We have a must-have. Now, if you do what I tell you to do, and if you have a corporation, I'll build the one you have, cash credit all the way. If not, I'll hand you one for free. You'll pay your filing fee. What we're going to do is you're going to stop bringing the paint home, put your ducks in a row, and I'm going to repackage you under the corporate umbrella. Is that okay? So what we got to look at is rich and famous people that I incorporated. I've been known as the Rich and Famous Incorporated for over 46 years. Doesn't matter if it's a president, doesn't matter who it is. I incorporate rich, famous people all the time. Lakers, Clippers, Dodgers, and Angels too. But what do? You had a kitchen table meeting with your family. We're going to start a business, honey. Oh, goody. You jacked it up. You got stuck. You couldn't get any more. You backed yourself in a corner. You hocked your house. And you brought the pain home. I'm sorry to say, I call that silly and dumb. What is our goal? Never bring the pain home. Simple. So if you write down today's date, we're going to project 90 working days. You'll fall down, all right, up to 1,000 times. You're going to win 10. There's that winning the game of business I wrote 46 years ago. And my company was repackaged in America and only in America too. Page 6, paragraph 3, cash flow free at your time. As we play, there I am dead. Hospital took a picture of the time I died, July 5th, 5:41. I died. You see, my wife told everybody at the office that one technology driver over on Spectrum, he's in a coma, he's probably going to die. From there, Ron's over there in a U-Haul truck stealing my books and CDs. Tom, my IT manager, selling my websites and my phone numbers to a porn site. Highest bidder, I guess, that day, so don't ever call the phone number on the CD. If you want a copy of the Millionaire's Founders Kit, I sold for $5,000 a set at the Bonaventure for 32 years. Today, I give it away for $199. If you don't do it during the live webinar, it's okay. Call the office because they're on commission. They will charge you $4.99. All right, the payment I would tell you to do is Zelle. Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@racecredit.com, RW when you send it, and that's all you got to do. Pretty simple. Starting a business, running a business, oh my goodness. All right, you don't know if your friends and family around you are going to hurt you or help you. You're going to fall off the cliff. I mean, come on. You've had a friend and family member rip you off when you allowed that. When you start a business, hold your breath. For me, it's pretty simple. At 2.5 years old, I'm being used and abused. So I got up at 2:25 to circumvent that abuser to get me. I go to my knees every day, said, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go look in the mirror. I give myself the mirror test. See, the only one getting me out of hell was me. God and me. I mean, I've got a family, nobody help me. You have a problem. Every time you have an idea, you know what happens? You want your family and friends to encourage you, and what do? They interrupt you. They tell you how to do what they never did themselves. You ever notice that? Don't let someone cloud your direction, your ability to play and learn how to win. So here's July 4, 2009. I got 3 yachts in my backyard. All right, I get to die. There's my dad when the hospital took the picture. During that time, I hear my CPA, tax attorney, trick my wife to sign a POA. From there, the nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. They're going to rip out my heart. But Jesus gave me a choice to stay in peace or go back. I said go back. So again, let's understand. I moved 24 times till I'm 11.5 years old with a lot of terrible people. I've been shot twice. I've been nice 6 times. The ultimate goal. I'm truly one of God's examples. If you allow me to help you, if you would, please. So getting past go. I'll show you Lamborghinis left and right, Duffys and mansions, and how white men do jump. Stupid people say we don't. More Lamborghinis, race boats, helicopters, U-Docks, yachts, and Ferraris. Just a couple goodies I obtained. Would you like your goodies too? You see, I call this Ray's Rules. And what do? I use my blueprint. See it, believe it, go get it. Every day of the week. So you got a choice to listen and learn today. Now, credit repair, sorry to say, it's a fraud. They don't have a magic wand. They can't remove all your crap. The ultimate goal of the Fair Credit Reporting Act says one thing, all right, in the federal trade, they can't collect money up front. And if they say they can remove an active collecting account, that's crap. You see, the problem is you have to kill the debt. And there's 5 ways to do that too. Your ultimate goal. Why don't you download Section 611 today? So understand, if you have an open collection account, all right, we can dispute it 10 different ways to try to get it to charge off. If it does not, you got to man up and woman up and pay and negotiate your debt. As we look at TRW, the report's wrong. Thomas Raymond Woolridge became a Spirit in 96. When I drew the first one of these, it was good, fair, or hell no. Because these 2 cards over here don't fluctuate your credit. You can jack them up $1 million as long as you maintain your payment. Knowing the rules and tools, you never go past under a 750 score. It's up to you. So if we have to negotiate a debt, you need to do and learn how to play that game. Negotiate all credit to 25-29% rule, all right, but 2 cards, and you do a wrapper refresh, which actually blocks your crappy credit. If you have crappy credit, I call it the KISS method. So what we can do? Your first 25 steps today. Number 1, we look at Intuit Credit Karma. Why? It's free. Credit Karma was purchased by Intuit December 3rd, 2020. Credit Karma was indicted 3 times. So we learn to play with the truth. From there, I understand something today. If you're part of LifeLock, please be careful. They've been indicted 6 times. The last indictment's $100 million. All I can tell you is be careful. From there, we want to obtain your credit reports, analyze it, and tell you exactly what you need to do to get a 750 score in 90 working days. And then from there on Saturday, in all my 9 classes that I do, at 1:30, I'll even call your case number live with me. See, the gift with me is you get me from the beginning, middle, and end until we're done. The ultimate goal, I don't have excuses. So here's basically the SS5 form, which most people never paid attention to. Name to be shown on card, full name of birth other than above. So let's remember, we did the SS5 for SSN 1040. Our mommy did it in 71 on, because the next one took the gold standard out. So let's understand what happens. You got a Social Security card assigned to, it's not even yours. Don't laminate, all right, don't carry with you, don't use for ID purposes. It says it right on the card. And it's Property Assessment Administration, not you, which is the IRS anyway. So we look at SSN, that creates the 1040 tax return. No problem. Your first job you got years ago, what happened? Where's my money? What did they do? Simple. The job told you flat out, the IRS gets their cut, you get the leftover. That's the ultimate goal. See, everybody becomes a sheep and a duck because they didn't bother to look behind the curtain. I want you to listen and learn today. I want you to learn to play and never bring the pain home again. And write down irs.gov and 1244. And understand you can file a tax return with you in the corp and not pay any tax until you get 3 to 5 million anyway. Would that be okay? SS5, SS4. Let's compare SS4. Legal name of entity, individual person. It's right on the form. Your banks and grocery stores. They bankrupt locations, so does cities. Why didn't you learn to play? Why didn't you learn there's 26 ways to use the SS4? It even says basically, all right, banking and credit purposes per entity. See, you never had to bring the pain home in the first place. You chose that because you didn't learn how to play. The only thing you say, well, no one taught me. Who the blank taught me? I had to teach myself and create things that didn't exist. So understand, if you have a corporation, you're allowed 4 things under age rules. Buffer tax, no taxes due to your profitable. All corporate credits are right off an interest rate. A car is fleet price. All right, you get the free buffet at the hotel. Your divisions are your line of defense. Remember, you got to write this down. You can't take a picture or record. I want it here. Line of defense, they're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports, and real estate separating liability, and that's the ultimate goal. We build a line of defense, we build a corporate umbrella, and we build credit right away. There's the ultimate goal for all of you too. So I'm going to guarantee everything I say that I do in writing, and I always put a red big ink. You can't screw up. It's red, it's big. It's like, long as you play by the rules. You go to class, you don't fall in your WAP, you don't jack up your credit, you don't apply during the program. You don't crash your wrapper score and screw up everything I'm trying to do for you. So the ultimate goal. Very simple. If you screw it up, we will charge you a fee or close your case. So understand, if you have open collection account, 5 ways to kill the debt. You have an IRS problem, you understand they have a form for that too, because you cannot do peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. Again, learning to play the game and repackaging you. Step number 3. So we get to play and win. Now, here again, $100 million building, Lamborghini $1 million car, $5 million mansion, race boat for $1 million. I obtained him. I want you to do the same thing. So if you allow me to analyze your credit today, not tomorrow, today, if you allow me to do a rapid refresh and push your score up and away, I can block most of your crap and I can create green lights and possibilities and shoot your score up like this one, 96 points. All right, so what do? We basically do the rapid refresh. We add you to class. You listen, you go to class, you don't fall and you what? We charge you $999. We give you $1,000 card back. I want you to reimburse. I want to reimburse you through the card. All right, during a broadcast, I charge $499. Ultimate Go. Then the card's $500. You get your money back. And with the rules and tools I gave you today, what do you get to do? Maintain a 750 score the rest of your life. If you have a corp, I'll build the one you got if you allow me to. If not, I'm going to rebuild you anyway. Why don't you let me get you articles, also tax ID for free? That's right, free. The Ultimate Go. You're stuck with me for 90 days on level 1 and setup every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for free in that program. What do we do next? For $999, I give you $5,000 credit back. 5 times your investment. $24.99, I give you $25,000 credit back. Still 5 times your investment. I like to give people anywhere from 1 to 10 times their money back in a program to get rid of their excuses. All right, because excuses don't put food on the table. We analyze, we add history, and start popping credit right away. The Ultimate Goal. So if you want that package and you want that now, your goal is the Zell. Right there, Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@racecredit.com. You can also call one of the specialists right away, 800-254-9506. If you use a card, they will charge 5% because the bank charges that too. So here's the goal. You have a problem. Your problem is you. You're on the national mailing list. You're on the robocall list. You see, maybe you don't realize this if you're a voter like me. They sell that voting list 412 times a year. Cable bill, corporation. Maybe you want to call 888-567-8688, opt out 5 years or a lifetime. And get off the national mailing list. Phone number's right in front of you. Take it down and call it right away when we're done talking to you. Now understand something, that's step 4. As we play, let's keep in mind, we have to plan the problem. I'm sorry you allowed a friend and family member to rip you off. You spent thousands on crap that didn't work. If you do what I tell you to do, you take your cards, you put a sticky in the back, 25-29% rule, you create a line of defense, and what do you get to do from now on? You get to maintain a 750 score forever. I designed this whole dashboard the way they all do it now. 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. So if you balance that score, I can build you up and away to $1 million of credit too. But remember, these cards we balance, 25-29% rule. These 2 cards here on the bottom, we don't care. Why? Because they don't report, they don't fluctuate your credit ever again. Those are the ones you max out past 29%. You can max them up to $1 million freaking dollars. You pay over time limit too, as long as you maintain the payment. Now you maintain a 750 score for the rest of your life, and you don't bring the pain home. See, you brought the pain home because of the lack of knowledge. You lose your job, have an emergency, what do? Everybody does the same silly thing. They run out of time, they run out of money, and they can't wait to go jack up their cards and tell the world feels sorry for them too. I call that stupid. In 42 days. Let's say today you needed $5,000 now. Simple. All right, go ask your friends, your family, the bank. They're going to tell you no because you said you need it. So if we basically look at this card in my hand, it's $5,000. Do you know the payment on that is $50 a month? The average person wastes $50 every other day. They say you waste $140 a week. That's $600 a month. Why don't you take $50,000? Write it all off. Go get pizza. Why not? Because why? It can make its own damn money back within the first 40 days using some common sense. Not hard to do. From there, again, white men do jump. Just stupid people say we don't. Nixon took the gold standard out. Now I want you to write down and raise rules. Now I want you to write down, I'm willing to sacrifice a division, not the corporation and my family. That's what I want you to write down. I want you to have your cake and eat it too. Step number 7, raise rules, become a certified CFO, never bring the pain home. Would that be okay if we play my way for a while? Here I am dead in a coma. Would you Google the address? That's where I have my 3 yachts and race boats and the Duffy and the Sea Dudes as well. Simple, it's right there. You see, I've been in 2 comas so far. First, I was 5.5 crippled for life. Jesus said, get up, I got up. The last one, I got to die and come back and help you. I think the devil's trying to hold us back and knock us down. But God's delays aren't God's denials. So if we play my way, I'm going to repackage you like Humpty Dumpty. Will that be okay if I repackage you and have my way? Remember, my coaching programs are pretty simple. You're on my desk, and I analyze you every 7 days because I want you to get up, and away. Checkbook money? Oh, I love checkbook money. That's what we use to get auto income. From there, there's that corporation. It may sue or be sued, and it's a legal person too. You see, the lack of knowledge is what makes people do stupid things. I don't think people are stupid. I think half the world's freaking lazy. The other half have to have the rules and tools to play the game and win. Here's a guy. He loses his job. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Who hasn't been in that situation? This is BS. He's not homeless. He's begging for money. Man up. Get your butt to the church. They'll hand you the food. Go drive an Uber, drive a Lyft, and basically what? Sell out, have a damn garage sale. I came out of coma, and I was worth billions. Now I'm worth nothing, and I'm homeless with my family and my kids again. What the blankety blank, God? I sold my wedding ring, my Rolex, my necklace, my bracelet, $16,400. One of my clients gave it for basically a jewelry mark. What did I do? I got 3 divisions of me, which is my backup, which you don't have and you should have had in the first place, and 5 closet divisions. I built $1 million of credit in 6 friggin' weeks. I bought my wife's dream house the following year. Why do you stay down? Are these turned up or what? Corporation can kind of build itself. We got no excuses. You met me. So a division for multiple functions. I can disconnect, isolate, incorporate. If I have a bad tenant, I can build cash and supply credit too. What am I willing to sacrifice? A division. You've been sacrificing you and your family since day one. Knock it off. All right? This is so stupid of people. It really just pisses me off watching people bring the pain home. And I didn't get a damn family like most people did. I didn't have a Christmas or a birthday till I got a wife. It's ridiculous. So you are allowed to sacrifice the division, not the corp and your family. Knock off what you've been doing. Your banks and grocery stores and cities do this in your face. Through lack of knowledge, you keep bringing the damn pain home. Get you the tax ID, no problem. I'm going to set up your Spirit and Treasury and Equifax under tax ID because I'm allowed to as an affiliate. Then I'm going to start building cash credit. Then I'm going to line you up for checkbook money. I like checkbook money. Divisions allow you to do multiply. The ultimate goal, just like I put in my book called Buckets of Money. Could you imagine? Everything I tell you to do today, you could have did it a long time ago, and you could have been million to billionaire. And the reality is you didn't want to play. All right, how old are you getting today? You're going to blow it again? So understand. All right, look at your corp today. Put your ducks in a row. If they sue that right now, they sue you. That means basically you got to understand that sucks. Let's create a line of defense. Let's protect the family so we can protect not bringing the pain home. So again, we can daisy chain credit as well. One card in the Fair Lending Act can be 99 more. I wrote a book on daisy chaining the credit as well, lines of credit. We could play get you to million to billion if you want. But again, a division, I have to add history, against the tax ID, multiply it, add about 2,000 of history, and this gives you backup for a backup. And what will happen is we charge $499 per division. So 3 of them are $14.97. There's your Zell. That's all you got to do. From there, the ultimate goal. All right, you can always call the office at 800-254-9506. So here's a bunch of goodies. I like goodies. You like goodies yet? See, what motivated me is I didn't like being used and abused as a kid, and I didn't like eating out of a freaking trash can. It sucks. So I wanted millions and billions too. I like goodies. You like goodies? Got a bunch of Harleys. We ride with the Neil Diamond a couple of times at the Love Ride. But you don't get these kind of goodies till you hit what? $5 million. Let's get you up to $1 million of credit cards. and $5 million of checkbook money. Would that be okay? So if I rebuild you here, then the corporation, I'm gonna go get that green unlimited for 100,000, and the two sisters at 30,000. Then we're gonna go times 9. One card alone is more than $1.5 million. Oh, let's get the blue from B of A and do that too. How about the Wells Fargo? How about the ink? How about the gold? So if we can build up to $5 million here, then the next thing is let's look at checkbook money. Checkbook money is simple. The bank will give you unsecured up to $250,000 as long as you have a 2-year corp and divisions. And what do? Here's my 5 favorite ones. The ultimate goal. That's called checkbook money, by the way. We get to play, we get to win up to $5.4 million. That's what you use for auto income, by the way. The ultimate goal. So we got the ability to change our lives starting today if you want to. But the reality is the only one holding you back is you. So I got specialty classes all the time too. They're in rotation. I got 9 classes on every Saturday. I start at 6 in the morning, don't end until 5 o'clock in the afternoon live. I've done that for 45 years in person or online. All right, having fun helping people like you. Let's pretend you're listening 100%. We're going to get corporate credit. We're going to use that because it's borrow money, not taxable. And we're going to buy your lifetime income, real estate and franchise. Is that okay? And you're going to have your cake and eat it too, raise rules, become a certified CFO, never bring the pain home, the ultimate goal. So if we play, what would you do if I gave you $1 million check today? Hypothetically, your first thing is, I want to buy a house and a car. I'll be saying, shut up. You leverage it, reference 3 times 5, turn it to 15 million. People are so busy pissing away money, they don't know how to leverage it. And what do you get to do? You put it in the corporation, paying the tax so you're profitable. You learn to play, and you win the battle too. Step number 8 today. So let's think. You won the lottery. Oh, goody. Now what? Your CPA and tax attorney is going to put in your personal account. You got the cash value. Oh, goody. I'm not calling you stupid. Sorry. I want you to put in the division of you on the corporation's tax ID. I want you to sit down with the banker and borrow against it. I want you to remember borrow money is not taxable. Then I want you to turn this into millions and billions. Is that okay? The United States of America Incorporated, 50 corps, all right, states, cities, corps, and all that stuff too. Then they invented Chapter 9 bankruptcy, kids have an old crap day too. So understand today, you could have did the same thing with no intent to do fraud, but you didn't want to listen and play. So let's understand bankruptcy today. All you can bankrupt is SSN and SS4, the ultimate goal to play. So you got to understand what happens the next time with blank hits the fan. Is it you and the corp? Pick one. If you let me add you to my credit system, and that's just one of the mansions I obtained, I can build you up to $1 million, but you have to go to class and not fall in your what? And you got to follow through. Beat your doubt, run your race, get the hell out of my way while I rebuild you. Would that be okay? See, I'm going to get you past go. All right, because I think you're stuck. All right, your lack of knowledge is kicking your assets. All right, God's gift, the mansions in the harbor, the race boats, the yachts, the Ferraris, the Lamborghinis, the helicopter, the building too. Why don't you change your driver's license, please, to a mailing box or mailbox, etc., or PO box, more privacy. But that's up to you. You like getting pulled over in a bumpity bump and having strangers and people don't know where you live, don't you? I think you should think about repackaging you. Now we buy a car. Oh, goody. What did you do? You went to the dealer. They sweated you for 5 hours. You got 9 inquiries, lost $30,000. Wow. That's not how you're supposed to do it, by the way. See, the bottom line is you buy a car at fleet price tax ID division. The registered owner is the division of a corporation, not you. So in a bumpity bump, they can't take everything you got. See, you got to realize when you buy the house, putting 2 people on the loan, no. Car, no. House should be bought through the trust. The car should be a division. If you screw that up, you have basically crappy credit. And then they report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. So you have double crappy credit. There you go. So the bumpity bump, I want them to be able to sue the division and not you. I want them to get diddly squat. I want you to plan the problem. Would that be okay? Do it my way for a while, because your way, I'm sorry to say, sucks. You didn't get to $1 million to $1 billion like I did. Every property you have should be a division. Which one's going to slip and fall? I don't know. Who's going to sue me and try to screw it all up? House payment offsets what? The paycheck. Okay. Amazon didn't pay tax on the first 10 billion to double trillion. Why would they pay tax? They don't have to pay tax. There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. The whole world watched him buy Twitter with 44 billion borrowed from banks. And then he became totally dumb. He's the stupidest guy I ever saw in my life doing that. He screwed up Twitter literally, all right, in 3 weeks. Now it's worth what? 10 billion if lucky? Banks are kind of pissed off. But the reality is, guess what? X marks the spot. I've never seen so much stupidity in my life. Then he tells the world to go F themselves. This guy is just nuts. But he's got a spaceship. The reality is that's the only reason he got the money. But he's got a spaceship too. So does the other guy. So we could actually play and learn how to win the battle and join the club and never bring the pain home too. But again, that's step number 15 for you today. So let's run our life through a corporate conjunction. Let's pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. See, you get a paycheck. It's taxable income. Then you take the leftover and you pay the car payment, gas, registration, insurance. Why don't you yell no and drive a company car like I do and write it all off? Step 17. Why don't you go to irs.gov? Sometimes my brain gets going too fast. You see, in the 6th grade, I was told I was retarded. I write with both hands and talk at the same time. I have an IQ of 203 with total recall on most things. Why don't we play my way for a while? SS4, get that form. It says banking and credit purposes right there. We could actually play and not be a bunch of ducks and sheep. But that's up to you. You see, Nixon took the gold standard out in 71. So every woman at the hospital having a baby from that day on is mandatory to get an SS5 for SSN. Isn't that fun? Let's say you have a house today. Well, it's escrow closed homestead trust. You didn't put it in a trust and they sue you, they take it away. When you die, it's stuck into probate. And your family got diddly squat? Man, that's kind of dumb, don't you think? You hire the contractor that hires a subcontractor that stands outside of Home Depot. All right, and they want to slip and fall and sue you and it's kind of screw you up. My way, they get diddly squat. I like diddly squat, don't you? But look at the irrevocable trust today, please. The ultimate goal, how to play. That's step number 19. You see, here's the problem. All right, some of you don't file tax returns, just go to prison. You cannot play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. From there, Wesley Snipes tried it. Listeners, attorneys, and CPAs from Beverly Hills, California, and acting stupid. 3 years in prison, $5 million fine. That's kind of dumb, don't you think? So again, no peekaboo, the IRS making a mess. We're allowed to do what we're allowed to do. We pay by the rules and tools. That's step number 20. If you want to save up to 70%, that's OPM money. You don't pay a bill up to 90 days. You take escrow and you leverage it $15 million. Borrow money is not taxable, and you set up your line of defense. By the way, that's called step 21, called blackjack. Oops, we get to win again. So here I am, 2009. My building is 22,000 square feet, 3 locations in other states, doing up to $1 million a day. I get to die and come back being broke, and they stole my life away. What did I do? Well, I sold my wedding ring, my Rolex, my necklace, my bracelet. And then you know what I did? I created $1 million in 6 friggin' weeks. Why that blank don't you? I don't understand it. Corporate credit's a damn write-off. Why would you bring the pain home in the first place? I don't understand stupid. Nobody's stupid. They just do stupid. All right, what do? See it, believe it, go get it. You see, I have my 3 divisions of me as a backup, what you need for you, in 5 closet divisions. You see, every time you bring the pain home, you should be able to put a division and replace you. But you didn't do that. So the ultimate goal there, step 22. So you get 1,000 steps to Millionaire. It's in the Millionaire's Founders Kit. I sold it at Bonaventure for $5,000 a set years ago. From there, you don't have your time has you. You haven't learned to get auto income. I had 22,000 payphones. I wrote the book on laundromats, dry cleaning, car washes, and all the things that I had from the shopping centers, my Shakey's and my 31 flavors and the donut chain and all the other pieces. Money's coming in. I don't run the damn business. Why would I do that? It's called third party. All right, you can actually let me coach you for auto income. Your file will be on my desk. I analyze you every 7 days, and you're on the phone with me every week. because I got to give you a next assignment. So understand, I like boring businesses. If we take 40,000, this is what I did in my numbers. I always got basically 10,000 a month for every investment. If I took 100,000, I got 45,000. 250, I got 75,000. So I like boring businesses run by third party. Now here's Warren Buffett. All right. The bottom line is, what did he do? Auto income. That's all it is. So isn't it your turn to learn how to play? He's got 100+ companies and he has 10 favorites: Ketchup, Geico, Coca-Cola, American Express, Duracell, See's Candy. Do you see him selling the candy? No. Brent's Jewelry, Fruit of the Loom. So there's no difference between you and Mr. Buffett. Besides, he did it. It's your turn. If you want to play with me, that's up to you. Auto income. So if we go to the expos, what? It's like deer in the headlights. Which one do I pick? I want existing. So if you ever want to get into a program, here's a 5-week course. All right, very simple. I'm going to blueprint you and save you $1,000 on that. I'm going to give you 25,000 of credit and expedite that. Then on top of that, I'm going to give you 9 divisions in a corporation if needed. And then what we're going to do, put you in all my workshops for 5 weeks. Now, Scott, our controller, says this is valued at $11,000. If it was done today, I'm going to charge you $4,999. That offer is good till the end of this webinar. Very simple. Real estate franchise storage units. So you get a 5-week, 3 months, and 6 months, and a 12-month program with me. The ultimate goal is buy it, don't run it. For examples, okay, I got a client in storage unit, $63,000 a month. From there, what did we do? How about some dry cleaners, $63,000 a month on that? How about $30,000 with a laundromat? How about a Wendy's restaurant? How about a Jack in the Box? How about a gas station? You see, your goal should be thinking about 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, or at least the 5-week ones to get your feet wet too. Projecting goal should be $5 million this year. So the 3 months lines you up. 6 months, you should have your first location. 12 months, you should have multiple locations through division process. So remember, a corporation is a legal person. It may sue or be sued. Ultimate goal is the division's your line of defense, and we're willing to sacrifice that like banks and groceries or the cities do, but never the corp in our family. The ultimate goal, we get to play. Now, let's think. What are you willing to lose? I didn't get a real mommy and a daddy and a family as a kid. I lived in hell. So when I finally got a wife and kids, 6 kids, 10 grandkids, I'm not willing to lose. Corporation, they sue you. Why don't we think of, all right, checkmate. See, a division process, everybody gets to win. Step 23, the ultimate goal. As we play, remember, reaching the dream, think to be the impossible, raise rules. I've been building corporations and millions and billions of dollars of credit since I was a little kid. All right, corp and divisions, training you to be a certified CFO, half the fun. So let's think today. Never have joint credits, just in the way. Buy a house, basically what? Escrow, close, homestead, trust. Corporations are free in all 50 states. You pay the filing fee. A division for real estate, franchise, current business, and we'll set up the line of defense, raise rules. I've always given credit back when somebody does something, all right, 1 or 10 times, 5 times, whatever it might be. What I like to do is take away your excuses, because that's all I hear from people when they don't want to do and play with me. It's just a damn excuse. Giving up to 10 times your money back. All right, the bottom line is you had nothing to lose and everything to gain. So the goal is to learn how to play step number 24 today. Become a certified CFO. All right, the ultimate goal. So here's the 750. If all you want from me, I'll analyze your credit today. All right, from there, I'll do rapid refresh. I'll push your score up and away. I will charge you normally $9.99 and give you a $1,000 card back to reimburse you. During the broadcast, it's $4.99. The card becomes $500. With the rules and tools I gave you today, you can maintain a $750 the rest of your life and could bring in the damn pain home. Starter package for corporation, articles also tax ID if you don't have them. You pay your filing fee. You go to level 1 and set up every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time live with me. $9.99, $5,000 of credit. $24.99, $25,000 of credit. Simple. Analyze, add history, start popping credit right away. The ultimate goal, and that's what we get to do and have some fun with you. So understand today, if you want that package and that discount price, you got to Zell right away. If not, you can always call the office at 800-254-9506. Use a credit card. They will charge you 5% more. That's what the bank charges us. So the goal is, if you want to refer people, we'll build more credit. If you want me to give you 10% back on a Zelle today, I will. But what happens is when they sign up, they better say your name. If not, they blew it for you. That's why I give you my email address too. The ultimate goal. So we start out, here's a corp. The Bank of America bankrupting locations called corp owning corp subsidiary. My goal is corp and division process, because you don't have to be the duck and the sheep. And we build like the corporations in millions and billions. From banks to Sam's Club to Geico to Walmart to, basically cities. And what's our goal? Never bring the pain home. Become a certified CFO and reprogram you to millionaire status. Look behind the curtain and understand what works. And then get stuck with me in the beginning to the middle to the end. See, I'm not going to pass the buck. All right, you're stuck with me. That means we're going to basically understand. We're going to do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. There's no excuse at the end of the day. The only difference is you didn't want to play. That's kind of up to you. So let's do this today. If I offer something today, you should Zell, or call that office right away. 800-254-9506. And let's always remember, we do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never forget, at the end of the day, God loves us all.